Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Now off screen, I actually did do a few things. There actually were a few things I could do off screen, which is awesome. All I really did was monster hunting. That being said, I was able to beat the first arena in the Fiend Arena, which I'll show you here. I'm not going to actually show you me beating it because I don't have it recorded, but doing this is actually kind of good because of a few things. First and foremost, we have all these cups that we can unlock. Now, the first, let's see, I think up to here, we can unlock by beating the cup a certain number of times. For example, Standard Cup, if we beat it 3 times, we unlock Standard Cup Hard Mode, which is basically this version but harder. We beat this version, I think, 1 or 2 times. We unlock the next cup, do that, repeat, and repeat. And then we get down to the last couple of cups. The last couple of cups are actually kind of interesting because there is the Aeon Cup, the Farplane Cup, and a bunch of fun stuff like that. Now, they're difficult to unlock, especially this early in the game, but technically, you can get all of these cups unlocked with the exception of the Aeon Cup and all the ones at the bottom. The ones that you need to actually beat the cups multiple times, you can unlock right now if you want to. You need to do a lot of leveling up with your monster teams, or even your own characters, but it is possible. And I use that with the biggest air quotes possible. It is really difficult to pull off. At the very least, beat the Standard Cup once. I say this because when you do that, you unlock a new dress sphere, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, I'm going to go through real quickly the Fiend-based stuff here. Now, if you remember from Final Fantasy X, Fiends are corrupted spirits who have been on Spira and have developed resentment towards the living. And as such, they transform into these monstrosities. Every monster we fight is literally the soul of someone who died. Kind of interesting, that. Now, in this version of the game, we can actually learn about some of these monsters we capture. For example, here are the monsters I currently have. Well, except for Brother. Okay, get rid of you.
Explode!
There is no Fiend tail. Alright, Brother, go away. He's not a Fiend. Well, he is a Fiend, but in a different context. But here, let's say, for example, let's go with Coral. This is one of the creatures I recently caught. I found him on, I want to say Besaid, but I don't remember. But if we do this, press X, we can learn about what he was like in life. Here we find out that he was once a world-renowned thief, but during a job, he failed, and he became a fiend. Now, if you level him up 5 more times, you will learn his full story, and then you can release him. When you release him, you have a chance of getting an item or another pod to trap the monsters in. And I've actually done that a few times already. Most of these I got from Besaid. Like, I did get the Iron Giant here from there. But if we go to Bestiary here, we can learn about the monsters I've already released. Like here, the Flanpladio. We can learn his full story and even watch, even after we release him, we get a cutscene about his final resentments being released or something like that. Like, for example, Palladio here was a man who was really a good for nothing, but fell in love with a well-to-do lady. And when her parents refused, of course, but he really loved her, and he wanted to propose to her. But when it came time to actually do the deed, he ran away. He left the ring behind where they were supposed to meet, and he ran away and died. If we were to watch the ending, we get to see the resolution of that story. And it's all very interesting stuff. You do lose the Fiend when you release them, but you can always recapture them if you want to. For example, if I really wanted to, I could get the Flame Dragon here, who is a very powerful fiend. Now, what's cool about this guy is he is one of the many fiends, or few fiends I should say, that have a Faith Fragment. Now, after we level him up 5 times, he doesn't have his own story. We level him up, and we get this cutscene when we release it. I love this cutscene. Now, unfortunately, we don't get the Aeons as an actual monster. We unlock them as a creature to fight. So if I were to go to Fiend Arena and head down to Battle Simulator, I can press left and Battle Elite if I want to. Of course, he will kick my butt, but we can fight him if we want to, which is awesome. After we've gotten, I believe, 4 Aeons unlocked, we unlock the Aeon Cup. So that's kind of cool. I highly recommend messing around with this on your downtime. This is also a good place to grind out Shinra's, not Bestiary. Well, it's Bestiary, but not that Bestiary.
I know everything.
You can grind out his Shinra's Bestiary here. This is because certain fiends, like... where is it? Boris here, we only fight once in the main story. But if you want to 100% the game and get the trophy associated to this, you need to have fought in his oversold variant. Now, we can't fight him again because, obviously, he's not available anymore. He was a one-time boss. However, we can get him to reappear in the Fiend Arena. And this is a good way to unlock the oversold variant for Boris. I believe pretty much every Fiend is available in the game, with the exception of, certain bosses. But you unlock them and you can fight them again. And you can get the unlock for the oversold variant. Now, as I mentioned, we also unlocked another dress sphere. It is the Psychic Dress Sphere. The Psychic Dress Sphere is a Final Fantasy X to HD and international new sphere, along with the Festivalists. This wasn't in the original game, and I can't tell you how glad I am they added it in. I remember playing Final Fantasy X-2 as a kid, and, well, not really a kid, but you know what I mean. And looking online and hearing about these 2 dress spheres, like, oh, I want to play them so badly. But region lock, so, But now we can play with them, which is awesome. I'm still working on their base ones. I always recommend, when leveling these guys up, to stick to their base forms first, which is Gunner, Thief, and Warrior, and then go to a new one after that. Usually I recommend rotating between the 3. Like, after this, I'll turn Yuna into a Warrior, Riku into a Gunner, and Pei into a Thief, and just keep rotating that until they're all 3 done, and then go on to the next ones. That's how I usually do it. But, other than that, I didn't do much, because there's not much else to do. I'm going to explain this real quickly as well. Like I said, like in the last set, the front half of the beginning sets are always going to be information heavy, so I apologize. Alright, as we see here, we have small, medium, and we also get a large variant, S, M, and L, on the right side. These represent the size of the creature. Small are humanoid and small animals, medium are the bigger animals, and large are like the flame dragon. Huge. Now, you can only have up to 3 smalls, a medium or a small, or a large as your attacking force. Now, I've read guides that recommend using only monsters in this version of the game, because when you get monsters in the capture, they will be reflected based off your level. So if you want to get the storyline completed, it's easier to do when they're low leveled. So you want to keep these 3 as low level as possible. I don't like that. I have my own way of dealing with this stuff. Oh, dang, gold element. Didn't realize that. Oh well. Anyway, that's about all I did off screen, so let's go. Alright. Thank you, buddy. Alright, so we are first going to Kilika. It's going to be a brief trip because not much to do here.
Can you guess where this is? It's Kilika Port. The Youth League helped rebuild it. Now it's a bustling town. At the time, everyone was grateful, but lately, well, there have been signs of trouble. It seems that tension is building between the Youth League and New Yevon.
Okay, so I'm going to explain so quickly how I'm going to do this. At the beginning of each new area, I will list off the items that are available in that area. Then I'll go through it and do what's needed to do the 100% story bit. I will not go out of my way like this very often to collect all the items, unless it's a place we can only go one time in that chapter, or it's a dungeon where I want to crawl through and get a bunch of stuff. Because unlike Final Fantasy X, levels are important and fighting is important as well. There's even a dress or garment grid that if you unlock it, you get a special ability that will deal max damage, 99,999, if you use the ability associated with that garment grid. Only if you never run away. So yeah, kind of stuff. Otherwise, it will just do great damage. Anyway, that being said, this area has an ether, a mana tablet, 2 antidotes, 2 eye drops, a Phoenix Down, 1,500 gil, a lunar curtain, and 2 holy water. Now, when I refer to an item or a thing like 2 antidotes, that's what's in the chest, not, a chest with an antidote and another chest with an antidote. So keep that in mind. Let's go. Kilika Port looks so good. I'm so glad they rebuilt like this. Looks so pretty. But we have a job here. Up over here.
Donna!
My. Fine, have it your way.
Donna!
Go on, leave.
Donna!
I don't remember Bartella being that much of a meathead, I remember having some intelligence and dignity.
Well, look who we have here.
Good to see you.
What's with Bartello?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary. I am with the Youth League, and he is with New Yevon. It makes living together rather difficult.
Oh. But you've been together so long.
To each his own.
Exactly. Butt out.
You're still a dick, ain't you? You know what? I'm gonna steal from you. Because you're a dick. Give me your money. Thank you. Alright, there's one last thing we want to do here, and it's actually kind of important. There is a person we want to talk to, and he's going to give us the option to look through a telescope. If we ignore this, we lose out on possibly 100% completion, as well as a very powerful accessory. So, we want to get it. Is that Miyu? My keeper? Aw, Miyu, I miss you, girl. Hey. Please. Now, we want to do this now, as well as in Chapter 3 and Chapter 5. There are 5 chapters in this game. In Chapter 5, we get the accessory Invincible. Now, what this does is it will give us the break damage limit, as well as an insane boost to our attack. So, we want it. You know. Alright, when we get back to the Celsius, by the way, I am going to look at that sphere. Oh, excuse me. Just so we can show it off. We will see it a little bit later on. I believe like the next set or two. As a part of the storyline, but I kind of want to show it. Oop. Hey.
I know everything.
I bet you do. There's your spheres. Journeys start.
No, I'm not sorry. I haven't done anything wrong. I know you're listening. If she was your girl, what would you do? How can you blame me for trying to use your weapon? It was the only way I could save the summoner. What would you do if you were me? Let me out! I want to see her!
Now, in the Eternal Calm video, that is the exact video they show. It's just a lot darker, if I remember correctly. Alright, we are now off to Luca. Where's that? There it is. So pretty much whenever we do a set, I guess a good way of putting it, we will always start from, most of the time, we'll start from where we need to go, the first hotspot, or the top of the list, and go down. If there's a hotspot there, we skip it and just keep going down. That's how I recommend doing it.
Lady Yuna! Your concert was incredible!
Would you sign this, please? Single file, no pushing. The Gullwings at your service.
I couldn't bring myself to tell them it was just an imposter. The whole mess started with the garment grid. That's the invention that lets us harness the dress sphere's power.
So yeah, we now have a mission, is to find out what really happened during the events of the concert.
Believe it or not, this was the easy part. We chased the thieves all the way to Luca, but when we arrived...
Hear that? Lady Yuna in concert! Alright, think there are any tickets left?
Looks like your imposter's pretty popular.
I doubt anyone would believe ours is the real Yuna.
Not dressed like that.
I didn't ask to wear this. Whew, it's hot.
Shall we finish this before Yuna passes out?
We'll be back in 2 shakes, so be a good Moogle, you hear?
The plan was to sneak into the imposter's concert and recover the garment grid. If I went in, our cover would be blown, so it was up to Riku and Pain, which left me with nothing to do but lay low and wait. And that's how I got stuck with the Gullwings' prized garment. I complained, but Brother's orders are still orders.
Aw, it's so cute. Alright then, down we go. Let's see what we can learn.
So what did you do after we left?
Top secret.
Mommy! Mommy, my balloon!
Oh, hurry up.
You, get over here.
I'm getting yelled at already. God dang it. What's going on? Where you at, dude? Where'd he go? Where is he? He sort of poofed. Oh, there he is.
You're here to promote the concert, right?
Me? No, there must be some mistake.
Thanks, and hey, don't screw up.
Did I do it because I couldn't turn him down? Or because the conversation was over before I had the chance?
That guy's a jerk. Alright, so somehow you've been managed to promoting your process of concert. For sex to hand out balloons to 10 people in the plaza to build up some buzz. Alright. So we want to give it to this hippie lady who's obviously tripping on some sort of edibles. Here you go.
Get them while they're hot!
No problem. Give us to this little kid. Want a balloon?
Come see the concert, okay?
Little, she's actually getting into the job. Old woman on the bench to the west. You?
Here you
Oh,
go.
woman. I thought that was a dude in a weird outfit. Alright, the couple in here. Here you go.
Don't forget to cheer.
And you.
The concert's about to start.
Alright, so there's two people in the northwest corner. Oh, I see them. There you go.
Go on, take one.
You can tell the voice actors for Yuna really had a lot of fun doing this.
It's a really nice balloon.
Oh, I suppose it's free. Alright. There are two people in here we can sell to. An old looking goer.
Come see Lady Yuna, okay?
Yeah, you do. Look at that crap. Here you go.
Wanna see the concert?
Alright. And the man on the far north side is the last one. So, you. There you go.
And that makes 10. Mission accomplished.
And we get the Healing Wind Garment Grid. Why, I don't know. I don't know why we didn't have this earlier on. And why Yuna was complaining about not having a grid. Considering she obviously had one, but hey. Plot holes.
Y-R-P. In position. It's showtime, girls. It's starting.
The place was packed with people dancing!
You think LeBlanc was enjoying herself?
Until she got hurt.
Does she look that much like me?
Hold it. The concert's sold out. You can't go in.
I can't?
Definitely not. Go on, get out of here.
Hey, we got some gate crashers.
Must be those sphere hunters.
Let's move!
closer!
Oh no. I hadn't heard from Riku or Pain, so I didn't know what to do.
Hold still!
It's me. I wasn't sure what I was doing. Riku sure was having fun. Whew. Looks like trouble. Oh, finally. Here comes the real Yuna!
I was just about to finish him off, but then you showed up and stole all the fun.
I guess I was so glad to get out of that thing that I went a little nuts.
That explains the dancing.
Yuna's dancing? Where? I am there!
Listening close enough?
So, this is my life now. We travel from place to place, and the days just seem to fly by. But sometimes, I find myself stopping. I'm listening for your whistle.
That's so sad. Although, to sort of make it a little funnier, I love the fact that Logos was slow walking while looking at a normally sped up Yuna in the Moogle outfit, which leads me to believe that he actually was doing that, trying to look ominous to this poor, what he assumes, teenager in some sort of cheap costume. Like, yeah, I'm tough. Who does that? Alright, we're going back to Luca because there's more stuff we can do here. Specifically, an Albed Primer and another new garment grid. Let's check out the new one we got. Let's see here. Healing Wind. Okay, so equipping this will innately give us the Cure ability. Going through blue will give us Cura, and going through blue and red will give us Kiraga. Nice. This is a nice garment grid to have early on, which I'm actually going to equip, because it gives us the Cure ability just innately. So this way, since we don't have a white mage dress sphere yet, we can use this to sort of heal, have a healing spell. It also has our base, the base 3, whoop, so we can always have that ready to go. Alright, there we go. Alright then. So now, there's another garment grid, and we want to get the Albed Primer as well as something else. That's going to be kind of annoying to explain. Good Linen Curtains, Dankishin. Alright, whoops. Okay, we want to go to Dock 5, which is southeast of the stadium. We can also go back to the Sphere Theater and buy movie spheres or music spheres so we can rewatch cutscenes or just listen to the soundtrack. Which is kind of cool, but honestly it's a waste of money in this game. There's no point to doing it. There's no trophy associated to it, so just don't do it. Alright. The stadium and go to the south. Go to southeast to Dock 5. Is Dock 5?